Okay, welcome to a new series on my channel that is called This Week in CSGO. It is basically a news program thing for the previous week in CSGO. This week I'm going to be focusing on MLG Columbus, the Valve sponsored major. This was a very important major. It was the first one to be sponsored by Valve that had a prize pool of $1 million. And congratulations to Luminosity Gaming, who managed to win that against Na'Vi. Two of the best teams in the world in the final there. I really enjoyed the whole tournament, watching some of the games actually on GoTV. But there are a few things I need to talk about. The flop of Envious, the fact that Team Liquid managed to choke in that semi-final, and just the general feel of the tournament. I think it's the first CSGO major to be held in America, and the crowd was one of the best. Chance of USA going around booing the analyst desk when they were saying stuff. Was it Sir Scoots when he tried to get a chant of Counter-Strike going around getting booed? They just had a lot of voice, and it was really good to see. One fan even regarding Olofmeister as Potato when he flopped on the first map against, I'm not sure who they were against then, but he had a wrist injury anyway, so I'm not sure if that counts as being Potato. I'd just like to say that the North American teams, despite going into the tournament as underdogs, they seem to perform well at home. Team Liquid being one of these, playing very, very well, making it to the semi-finals actually. Simple and Hiko, very, very good players. They really lifted the team, and I was actually watching the semi-final match on Mirage against Luminosity. That was insane. It's just ridiculous that they managed to choke that badly, but I guess it's a tough thing. A LAN event is a lot different to online. They had a lot of pressure on them. All the fans were cheering for them, and Luminosity are honestly just the better side. Congrats to Luminosity, who did win anyway, managed to get through to the final against Na'Vi. Na'Vi, I think, should have won that game. I know that a lot of people say that Luminosity are better in those sorts of situations. The map suited them better, maybe. Not sure. Na'Vi have one of the best rosters in the world. Guardian, I reckon one of the best AWPers in the world, behind JW probably. But that being said, JW didn't really turn up at this tournament. That's another thing I need to talk about. A couple of the flops that have happened. Envious, I don't even know what happened with them. That was just shocking. I even put skins on their first match against CLG. It's just a joke that they can't perform to the level they were at last year. Kenny S is a shadow of his former self. He used to be best AWPer in the world, and he's really dropped off since he's moved from Titan. Yeah, he had the good tournament at Cluj-Napoca last year, where Envious managed to win that against Na'Vi, actually. That was really about it for Na'Vi. Envious, on how far they would go and how well they'd do for a while, I reckon. Happy and MBK switching up IGL, it's not a good idea. Happy needs to play IGL. His timing as a lurker is off when he's not IGL, because he's not calling the strats, he's not timing everything. So if he doesn't know when they're about to start, he can't get the lurking on time, he'll be left in a 1v3 situation. Also, I think it's just the pressure on them, coming in as the favourites. I reckon them and Fnatic, two of the favourites to win this, especially seeing as Envious winning the previous major, and Fnatic, best team in the world, when they were coming into this. I think there was a lot of pressure on them to perform. Obviously the roster change with Kiyoshima leaving, putting in Devil, that's not helped. They've not had many matches together. As I said, there was the shift in roles between MBK and Happy. And Kenny S, he needs to pick up his game. I think Apex he's shown it, especially at things like IEM Katowice 2016. He showed up, but the rest of the team didn't, and I think that's really what affected them. Fnatic didn't do too well either this tournament, only making it to the quarterfinals, being beaten by Astralis, I'm fairly certain there. That was about it really for the flops. Not expecting much of any of the other sides. Na'Vi was a clear shot to get into the finals. Luminosity played extremely well. Taco getting a lot of flack for buying that back in the semi-final. I think he had the right to do it. He's a professional player. He knows what he's doing. He had the money to. It worked out tactically, and they got into the finals. I've got nothing against that. $1 million is a lot of money, and like, fair play to him. He used his money wisely there. That's about it for this week. I hope you guys enjoy this one. I will be uploading one every week on just the results, the recent results, just the news, if there's any updates, what that's been up to. So yeah, see you guys in the next one.